I choose Lexi. I know how to give you what you need in this time. I was always going to choose you.
Mal, I feel like I know you better than I know 99% of the people in the world. Choose Mal. It's the easiest choice I've made.
Okay, I'm ready to pick my couple for this season, Lexi and Mal. I love them. I love how supportive they are towards each other. I loved their little speeches at the choice. Oh my God, don't get me started. Hey there, it's Valerie. Welcome to my channel. If you're new to my channel, please don't forget to subscribe, leave a like in the comment, and turn on the notification bell for when I upload new videos. I'm so sorry about the delay with uploading. Life has been lifing, but anyway. In this episode, I'll be reviewing the Ultimatum Queer Love, Season 1, Episode 3 and 4. So I'll start off by discussing the couples, the new couples, and then we'll see how we go. Anyway, so the next couple to sort of choose each other are Vanessa and Ray. And I think Ray, I don't want to say she's naive. I think she thinks she's playing a game and she's making Lexi jealous. But what she doesn't realize is she's actually doing more harm for herself, or she's depriving herself of the opportunity to actually grow during this process. Because at the table, everybody has told her that Vanessa is not there for the right reasons, and yet she still goes ahead to say she wants to choose Vanessa, and Vanessa is all smug and, oh, thank you for choosing me before I chose you, I hope this works out. And everybody at the table can tell she's not there for the right reasons. And the fact that she told Lexi and Mal that, oh, hopefully we can double date, and it's like, why do you need to do that? Why are you being so inappropriate? And so even the fact that she went for this nipple piercing, I think it's just everything Vanessa's doing is calculated. She's going to milk this for as much as she can so that her name is out there and it's sort of linked to the show and she can increase her fan base. As I said, I really don't understand what Ray's purpose is, apart from the fact that maybe she likes that Vanessa is rebellious. Maybe that's the thing that attracts her to her. And Lex is more reserved and sort of more thoughtful about her actions and is more intentional with everything that she does. Because they even the date on the beach, that didn't make sense. And the fact that they made love. I really don't get where Ray's coming from. I'm sorry. I really don't get where she's coming from. And I really don't. I would love to justify her actions, but nothing she has done for me can be justified, in the sense that she knows Vanessa's not there for the right reasons. She knows Vanessa's just doing this just for publicity. Because even at the table, when they are separated and she's being asked by Lexi to say, you had sex with my ex or my girlfriend, why did you do that? And she went, oh, well, she didn't give a justifiable reason. And it's like, so what are you doing on the show? Are you just here just to be here? Are you actually queer? Or are you just doing it just so, because this is the only show that you knew you could get yourself on? I didn't get that. Oh my God. And then there's my favorite. Oh my God. I was so happy when they chose each other. I loved how Mel said, I choose Lexi. It was always going to be you and nobody else but you. And Lexi comes in with we're already talking about raising our biracial children and blah, blah. And you could see Ray's face just fall, her heart fall to the ground. You could see Yoli. And the two of them just realized that we came here with our partners and we might have actually lost our partners because of our refusal to. On Ray's part, it's her refusal to commit. On Yoli's part, is she wanted commitment, but she was pushing Mal in such a way that made Mel more defensive and sort of want to run away. I love their communication. I love their emotional intelligence. I love how intentional they are with whatever they say to one another. I can see them working after this experiment. I am so hopeful for the two of them. I know it would be breaking up another couple, but hey, their partners cheated on them. Ray obviously had sex with Vanessa, and Yoli had sex with Xander, but didn't tell Mal. And I don't know how Mal is going to behave once she finds out. I like how supportive and how caring and how Mel stood beside Lexi when she was struggling because she didn't know what to do. She was really struggling to sort of understand how Ray could so easily be so intimate with someone like Vanessa, knowing that Vanessa was not there for the right reasons. I can see them working. Even the fact that I liked that at the group mixer, Mel actually took Ray aside and sort of had a conversation with her and said, I'm not taking sides. I just want you to know this is where Lexi was coming from. To see that she's not only thinking about, Mel is not only thinking about herself, but she's also thinking about Lexi and Lexi's relationship, and thinking that if I go back to Yoli, I want Lexi to have someone who will love her and care for her. I think this is the reason why she sort of tried to address or reassure Ray about sort of Lexi's intentions. I can see them working of all the couples at the moment, because Lexi and Mal have a relationship that's more sort of emotional, that's more sort of it's not just a sexual relationship. They're sort of looking after each other's hearts. They're being very thoughtful and very mindful in whatever actions they're taking. That way, I think this process is going to do amazing or do wonders for Lexi and Mal, because have actually invested themselves in this process. They've actually doing the work, in the sense that they're not just focused on, oh, I love you, I care for you, I want to have sex with you. No, but they're getting to know their partner. They're getting to know themselves and see what needs to be changed or what they need to work on in order for them to grow, which is one thing I really love about them as a couple. So that leaves Mildred and Ozzy and Sam and Tiff. And for me, that's a toxic bunch. I'm sorry. Those two couples function with toxicity, in the sense that uh, Ozzy spoke highly of Mildred, and Mildred did the same. And then Mildred, they decided to pick each other, which meant that Tiff was obviously going to be coupled with Sammy. I think because Tiff heard Ozzy say something nice about Mildred, she decided to one up her, because she feels very, I don't know whether she feels intimidated or whatever, in the sense that I said this before, that Tiff only uses sex on Mildred, and that's how she's been able to sustain her relationship. She hasn't gone deep. She hasn't really spoken and about anything emotional, it appears, in their relationship. Because as soon as she realized that, oh, Mildred was establishing an emotional connection with somebody else, she decided to start crying. Oh yes, I really like Sammy, but also I've realized I'm still very much in love with my ex. And it's like, so what has that got to do with anything that's going on here? Why did you come to the experiment? She reminded me of that girl in the Ultimatum, who sort of wanted a guy, and when the guy didn't want her, she wanted Cody, I think. And when he didn't like her, she started becoming emotional until her boyfriend had to propose to her. That way she wasn't left out, because she was worried that nobody else would pick her. And this is the impression that I'm getting from Tiff. Once they have recoupled, Tiff, I knew with Sam was never going to work. One, because she doesn't seem like she's sexually attracted to Sam. Two, I think she knew she wouldn't be able to get away with that. So this is why she started going on about her dog and the fact that she wanted Sam to love her dog, because if somebody cannot love my dog, and it's like, okay, you want Sam to love your dog and accept your dog as her dog. What compromise are you willing to make? What compromise are you willing to make? Because you can't make demands on someone and not expect them to make the same demands. So I didn't understand that bit of that relationship. I think it's not going to work. I think it was a waste of time. I think they should have just sent them home, because there doesn't appear to be room for growth, because Tiffany doesn't seem willing to open, or she doesn't seem willing to compromise, or she doesn't seem willing to learn anything from this experiment. I didn't like that clash. I really didn't like it. I know they then set them up on a date, and they really didn't speak much about the argument. All they said is, we need a time to cool down, and then once we've cooled down, we've come back together and we've sort of managed to make things work. And it's like, what was the compromise? What did you agree to do to further your relationship? With Mildred and Ozzy, they're another couple that wasn't going to work. I don't even know why Sam is with Ozzy. Neither do I know why Mildred is with Tiff. Because it seems Ozzy is hiding behind the fact that she's very nice. So because she's very nice, she gets to sort of manipulate, or she gets to play Mildred. She took Mildred to meet her friend, and you could see that the friend knew that Ozzy was no good. You could see that she knew her friend ain't shit. This is why she was just sitting there and just laughing. And the fact that they clashed over something so silly as Ozzy knows she's in a relationship with Mildred for the time being. She knows they're sharing an apartment. The least she can do is sort of divide the chores or divide the tasks in the household that keep the house running. She can't expect to sit there and just be a passenger princess and have everything done for her while she lives her best life. I didn't get that bit, and I see why Mildred was upset, and I have to agree with Mildred that Ozzy was not being fair, and I don't see either one of them learning anything. I really wish Mildred had been coupled up with someone who was serious. I wish Ray had gone with someone like Mildred, and the two of them would have been able to learn from each other and actually grow and sort of progress in their lives and sort of redefine what they want in a relationship. But I don't see that working at the moment. And then with the group event, it's interesting that during the group event, Vanessa is the polarizing subject. And yes, there are bits of tiff, but still, Sam, I think, was able to reassure Mildred by saying, "Oh, we've been working on communication with Tiff, and we seem to be improving." And it's like, I really don't think so. But hey, you do you. And then Vanessa started talking about the fact that she had her nipples pierced, and you could see Yoli and Lexi were not having it. You could see they were not having it. Obviously, Ozzy was indifferent to it, and she just sat there and just kept quiet and minded her own business. Tiff didn't seem to sort of say anything because she's got her own issues. But then the girls started having a conversation on the other group whereby Mildred brought up the fact that she didn't understand why, at their choice, Xander was speaking up for Vanessa when everybody was trying to point out the issues that they had with Vanessa. She didn't understand. Mildred was saying, "I don't understand how you can be in a relationship with someone like that, and how you can support that, because we all can see that this person doesn't have your best intentions at heart." And Mal was able to speak up and say, the reason why Lexi went off is because she had a negative interaction with Vanessa, and this is where she was coming from. It wasn't that she was picking on your ex, but she was just talking of her experience with your ex. I cannot speak on Lexi's behalf, but from what she told me, it didn't seem like it was a good interaction. And Ray's just sitting there smiling, and Xander is still thinking, "Oh, I'm not going to talk about my ex throughout this whole interaction." I have a feeling that Vanessa is actually straight, and the fact that she came on the show is because she just came because her best friend wanted to come on the show, and her best friend is looking for a partner, and this is why they came onto the show together as a couple, even though they're not a couple. I might be wrong, but that's the impression that I'm getting, because Xander appears to be very quiet, but the fact that she had sex with Yoli and didn't say anything to Mal doesn't make sense to me. At least own up to what you've done and let Mal make a decision of whether she wants to pursue her relationship with Yoli or not. And also, I am sort of disappointed in Yoli in the fact that she didn't tell Mal anything, and just she's saying Mal is the one that's is not emotionally mature, is all this, has so many problems, and just she won't tell her partner what she's done. I didn't get that. That was very disappointing and very disheartening for me. But anyway, I digress. Thanks, guys, for watching. Please don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Bye, everyone.